1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon, or morning, or evening, depending on where you are on planet Earth. I am Bruce Leonard, of course. Thank you for tuning in to another hour of Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal. Still legal today. A lot going on as usual. There seems to be a lot of firing going on for a ceasefire. I don't know, just as we're coming on the air, we are pummeling Iran right now. Well, I wouldn't call it pummeling, but we are striking them in this war that is supposed to be not a war, or it's a ceasefire, or it's who knows what it is at this point. I don't think they know. But if you haven't been following what's happened since Sunday, Iran shot at Israel, and then so Israel shot at Iran. And then Trump says he told them both to stop, and then they both did it again after he said stop, and then Iran shot down an Apache helicopter today, and now we're hitting them, and it's a ceasefire. It's what's up, Julia? It's the good news is no one was killed in the incident. The two pilots were rescued by an unmanned drone boat. But still, and then Trump says, "Oh, we gotta retaliate." And he says, "Oh, it's not a big deal." And then now he's striking them. So who knows what's going on? And again, he says, "Oh, well, you just last night." He said, "Oh, we're almost there at a deal. We got a deal." We've had a deal going since February, I believe. It's like, at least early March, he said there was a deal. They're going to be on the table, going to be signed. You know, the Strait of Hormuz is going to open. None of this has happened. We have reached North Korean levels of ridiculous bullshit. I don't know if you saw last night, he insisted on going to the finals, right? Which fucks everybody up. Like Madison Square Garden had a watch party out front so that people that can't get into the game can gather outside and watch it on a big screen, you know. Well, they couldn't have that because Trump is there, so they had to move everybody to Central Park. And and then he's driving in and everybody's booing and giving him the finger and yelling and screaming. And then they showed him on the Jumbotron while the guy was singing the national anthem, and people started booing. I am not Jackie Chan, sir. Planta Monstera. And I'm not Asian. Regular white dude. Vanilla as you can get. Anyway, racially anyway. So I felt bad for the guy singing the national anthem because as soon as they showed him on the screen, people started booing. It's like the guy was actually doing a good. What's up, Laura? Ken? The guy was actually doing a good job singing the national anthem, and the people are booing, but they're not booing because he's not good. They're booing because Trump's on the fucking. So then, of course, Trump's like, "Oh, I thought it was great." And then Sean Hannity's like, "Look at Trump getting cheered at the thing." It's like, this is North Korean levels of, you did not see what you just saw, you know. Like, oh, look, everyone loves him. It should have been Central Park. Thousands of people are out there. It's burn. There was no one. There might have been a few people cheering, but not that many. It's like, and they're like, "Oh, he's great." They're telling you that what you see is not what you see. Everything that comes out of their mouths is fucking complete bullshit. And I don't know if you saw, he stormed off the Meet the Press. Because Kristen Welker, I'm proud of Kristen Welker. She's usually so soft. And that's why I hate her. Because she's not tough like Margaret Brennan on. He doesn't even go on Margaret Brennan because he knows what would happen. Margaret Brennan is like a pit bull. Anyway, Kristen Welker's all nice, and she hardly ever pushes back on anything. But she was being hard, and Trump started going on with this fucking election bullshit, and she was like, "You don't have any evidence. Show the evidence." He's like, "There you evidence. All you gotta do is look." Yeah, Julie, I didn't mention that. He fell asleep in a loud ass basketball arena during the NBA Finals. He's in there sleeping. He caused all that trouble, and they said he left with 8 minutes left in the game. It's like, why'd you even go? To get booed and fall asleep? Ibra says World Cup in 2 days. Let's go. Yeah. Let's see how that works. Do you see the thing today? They wouldn't let the referee in. They wouldn't let the World Cup referee in. I forget what country he's from. Somalia or one of those places they don't like. So he's one of the top referees in Africa, they said. And Trump and them, they won't let him in. So, like I said, I don't. And there's something going on about the Iranians too. They that he wouldn't let them in. So, I don't know how this World Cup's going to work out, and I hope a bunch of people don't get kidnapped by ICE outside the games. Who fucking knows, man? I would, if I were you, I wouldn't come here. I live here. I don't want to be here. This place is turning into a. I saw a thing there. Anyway, so he's going on about California. If you don't know what's going on in California, there was a guy named Spencer Pratt. He's a fucking reality TV jerk off. Yes, Ibra. I would try not to ruin the soccer. No, I want it to go good. I'm not saying I want it to go bad. I'm just saying this country's not in a bad. It's not in a good spot. To be hosting some shit like that. The horror stories that can happen to people who just wanted to come over and watch a game. If you get caught up in this ICE shit, you get thrown into one of these detention centers, all you wanted to come and watch your team playing the World Cup. And now it's like fucking Midnight Express. Except you're not selling drugs, right? You just came to watch a game. Ibra says the prices are ridiculous. So, yes, you see that too. Like $2,000 a ticket or some shit. Who can afford to go to these fucking games? The game last night, they said the cheapest ticket into the NBA game, $7,000. That's to sit way up in the top, next to the popcorn machine. Some of the tickets down, think 25,000, some 100,000. Courtside tickets, like where Larry David was sitting. I bet he paid 100,000 at least. Julie says, I feel a little sorry for some of the press to get stuck on air. Force one with poopy pants. There was a story, I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if it's real or not, but they said some of those people said that you had to put Vicks Vapo Rub on your face because he smells so bad. And if that's true, think about all these nutlickers, man, who suck it up and just put up with it so they can get power or whatever. I don't understand these people. Look at the guy. I will never get it. 100 years from now, I'll be going, I don't understand. Of course I won't be alive, but I'm saying until the day I die. Ibra says soccer's for the poor, always has been, always will be. Yes, most sports are. Right? Sports were supposed to be entertainment for the masses. That's why they even exist. Like sports, professional sports at all, come from the Romans, gladiators, and all that shit, which was, right, entertainment for the masses. This world is becoming, like I said, it's two worlds. You can either afford to live in the one that they live in, or you're everyone else. You're a fucking peasant. And they don't give a fuck about us. But there's way more of us than there are of them. That's like, that's the thing, is that people don't get that you have power. You do have power. Like all of us peasants, if we decided tomorrow, all of us, to not go to work, and said we want this, or we're not coming back to work, and we all didn't go, we're gonna get something. You better fucking believe it. What's up, Blue Apollo? You get what I'm saying, though. Sports are supposed to be entertainment for the masses, but they price regular people out. Everything now I was Laura, we were talking, saying you can't see anything now that doesn't have a corporate fucking logo on it. Especially in sport. You know, they got the guy, they got signs behind the fucking plate. They got signs all over the wall. They got patches on their uniforms now. It's Oklahoma City Thunder. Did you see that? They had Love's Truck Stop patches on their fucking jersey. That's how bad it's gotten. It's fucking terrible. And I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a program. Okay. Grocery stores used to donate their outdated products and their expired foods, etc., to food banks and give it to poor people. This is up until just recently, right? But this year, Kroger's or somebody came up with some fucking program where instead of throwing out the outdated shit, right, the dented cans and things like that they would normally donate, you know, and take a tax write-off for donating it to charity. Well, now what they're doing, and I swear to God this is true, they take that stuff, right? They put it in a bag, like a brown paper bag, and they add it up to like a $30 retail value or something like that, right? Then they close the bag. Then they sell it for $10. They're literally selling you trash. We are at the dystopian nightmare late stage capitalism where it is eating itself all the way to the point that they're going to sell you garbage and you're going to buy it because people are already coming. Blue Apollo says, I know you mainly talk about geopolitics, but do you have an opinion on Carmelo Anthony being found guilty? I'm just glad justice still exists. Well, he stabbed the kid, didn't he? And he's guilty. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and turn it into a big racial thing because that's not it. A guy stabbed another guy. He found guilty. He's going to fucking jail just like he should. His race and his race of the person that got stabbed, ain't none of that got nothing to do with anything. That's all fodder for propaganda. Like the thing that happened in London, you know. You know that the Sikh guy, you know this Blue Apollo? The Sikh guy who killed that kid in London, he wasn't even an immigrant. Born and raised in the UK. Which means half of your influencers and people you've been listening to, they're fucking lying to you. They've been lying to you. J.D. Vance, of course, tried to use that to talk about immigrants. It's like, dude, the guy's not an immigrant. Which just peels the mask off. It's all about racism, bro. Julia says, like Riverport Amphitheater, original name in St. Louis, went through several owners and now known as Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. I'll forever call it Riverport. Corporations are evil, yes. Blue Apollo says, I didn't think you would, but I didn't know your opinions on it. I'm just glad justice was served. I say that too. He was clearly guilty. That's like... And he says, yeah, I knew when the story happened in December. What, that the Sikh guy was from the UK? So then you know that your influencer people are lying when they bring up immigration in this case because it has nothing to do with the fucking case. The only reason why they could do that is because he's not a white guy. And he wears a turban. It's like, he's not a Muslim, he's a Sikh. He's got a turban on close enough. It's like... It's the Muslims. Blah, 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 Western civilization. You know, like I say. You know that when you hear someone say that, right? That's Nazi shit. Blue Apollo says it's crazy because all of his defenders say he was an immigrant. On Pierce Morgan today, they did that. Why would someone be defending the guy? He's another one. He stabbed the kid. He should go to fucking prison. I don't care if he's Sikh or the kid was white or anything. Anybody that gets fucked up. Ibra says travel plan for London. Fish and chips, high dose of depression, and avoid getting stabbed. Right? Gotta take one of them, the flak jackets, wear underneath that site. What are you doing? I'm gonna take a walk around London. Just like, get my fucking vest. That's like stab vest. But listen. Well, yeah, we were. We'll call you Tennessee. It just says TN. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. We were talking about him, but we're talking about how, like I said, the right tried to use it as a thing against immigrants. And, like, the guy's not even an immigrant. He's a Sikh, but he's born and raised in the UK. He's not an immigrant. And then blah, 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 they say Western civilization borders. That's any city, Blue Apollo. Blue Apollo says, I've heard London is actually really nice. It's just pockets of it that are extremely bad. That's every single city in the world. Part of it's beautiful. If you go down the wrong street or the wrong alley, you don't know the neighborhoods, you stumble into a bad neighborhood. You know, you got to know where you're going. That's like... But yeah, like I said, New York's the same way, or LA, or, any big city. Houston. It's cool to hang out in Houston. You just don't want to take a wrong turn, end up in the 5th Ward. That's like the ghetto boys. Tennessee says the kid was drunk and belligerent. Sikh man probably has a good self-defense claim. I don't know much about the actual incident. All I saw was the ridiculous shit that people were posting, which is just the camera footage of, where the cops handcuffed him and shit. I guess like I said, he was stabbed, but I mean, I guess he didn't have blood all over him or anything, because if they would have saw that, I would think they would have reacted differently. That's why I think that they thought he was drunk. So, he's saying all kinds of shit. Blue Apollo says it's made out to be like there's Muslim rape gangs in every corner. Right? No, but that's what I mean. These are the things that you watch as a groyper or whatever. Yes, Tennessee, but that's what I mean. I've been saying this on this show for a long time. The right has a machine. It's a brainwash machine, and it's big, and it's vast. It stretches across all social media platforms, and they have television networks. They have Newsmax, OAN, Fox News. And they're really good at jumping on one thing and blowing that shit up. And now the people in the White House, they help him too, like J.D. Vance. He jumped all over that story. He's like, this is why you got to keep immigrants. It's like, dude, he's not an immigrant. They're dishonest shitbags, man. All of them. Tennessee says Milwaukee doesn't really have a nice part of town, but I do love my dirty, dangerous city. Right? St. Louis got like that, too. Cincinnati's kind of like that, too, because shit happens in the downtown all the time. They tried to gentrify it up. Shit, it's like, it's all gentrified, looks gentrified, but people get shot down there all the time. That's how people act like, it's the same as what Blue Apollo was saying. Like people around here, some of them, they're scared to go down there. Like, you can't go down there. And you're like, oh. It's like, but you can. Well, yeah, now, Julia, you're right. They got the AI propaganda machine, but that's not perfected yet. You can still see the AI when you see those videos. But soon, it will correct itself, and you won't be able to know what's real and what isn't. And that's when we're going to get into, They're already priming it up. That's what this whole like Trump fucking going on and on about the LA election because that reality show douchebag didn't get. I mean, come on, man. California is like 80-20 Democrats. You really thought that this guy. Yes, Blue Apollo, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I hope that you know that these guys are lying. Because I listen to them too. That's right, Tennessee. You can, and I have. My entire life. I've been everywhere. I've been all over the place. And I've never had any trouble. Because, yes, as long as you carry yourself correctly. Yes, Blue Apollo, the right wing is bullshit. It is. And I'm glad at least that you recognize that. Like, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I think that you come here. Because if you were one of those brainwashed jerk-offs, you wouldn't even be here, where we're actually trying to have a real discussion. The problem is you can't live in a world where these people have checked out of objective truth. They're fanatics, and they're willing to do and say anything to advance their agenda, which clearly doesn't work. Because they're all humming along like they think everything's great, but it's not. Yes, Blue Apollo, and I agree with that. You're not the average typical, like said. You called yourself a groiper, which means that you kind of consider yourself to be part of a group. But I don't think that you don't come off to me as a person who's like a groupie guy, a group guy. Julia says, even if we can't tell that it's AI, they're megats, mostly boomers who actually believe that's real, and we can't convince them otherwise. No, that's true. And the same as this shit about the election. That's what I was getting to. If I don't know if you know this, right? But where they count the votes in California, there's windows. There's cameras live and streaming online. You can literally watch them count the votes. There are observers from every campaign inside this place. They're able to watch everything that goes on and lodge complaints whenever they want. This is true, 100% true. You can go on YouTube right now and look it up. They're counting votes right now, and it's boring as fuck, but you could turn on the camera and you can watch. So when Donald Trump and these guys say, oh, it's a fraud, it's like, they're full of shit. This is from an article about the other day when he walked out of the thing, but I thought it was interesting. It says, weirdly, this is true. Weirdly, he kept referring to the U.S. as your country when he was speaking to Welker and to your elections. It was almost as if he was a foreign observer offering criticism of the U.S. As Welker repeatedly pointed out that he has never produced any evidence for his assertions. He got madder and madder, calling the media, NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, one-sided and crooked. He insisted, there's more evidence than ever presented. When she asked again if he had evidence, he said, all I have to do is look. When she continued to ask for evidence, he said, you're either crooked or you're stupid. Finally, he got up, pulled off his mic, and left, telling her, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time. One of the things that Trump spat at Welker was that a country can never be great with a dishonest press. With this statement directed at the legacy media once again, Trump illustrated that he was accusing his opponents of what he himself is doing, a classic authoritarian technique to muddy the waters, so people stop trying to figure out what is real and cease to believe anything. And that's where we're headed, my friends. Tennessee or Blue Apollo says, what do you think about the mail-in ballot scandal? Is that what you're talking about? The woman conceded her election, that her mail-in spiked. I don't think that's true. I didn't hear she conceded the election. Yeah, she never conceded the election. That's what I'm talking about, Blue Apollo. You be listening to these right-wing jerk-offs that fucking lie to you. Also, a country won't be great with a PDF president. Yes, exactly, Ibra. But that's what's that you got to understand that I told you this before, and it's true. It's my personal theory, and they'll never say this on CNN or any of these news channels, but it is true if you ask me. When Barack Obama was elected, the right wing supremacist nationalist Christian segment of this country decided right then and there that if that's what the Constitution got us to, then fuck it. And ever since then, they've been working overtime to try to tear it down, destroy it. Julie says, I've been working as an election judge since 2020. I continuously tell the naysayers that they should all work at least one election to see that they're overwhelmingly accurate, free, and fair. I don't believe that's true, though. Blue Apollo. I don't believe she conceded. What's her name? Let's check it out. Let's see. What's her name? We're gonna look into this. I told you. I can't remember her fucking name. Because that's all they've been talking about. Spencer Pratt this, Spencer Pratt that. Let me ask you this, Blue Apollo. Do you really think that her name's not Katie Porter? No. You're not even talking about the same person. This girl's an Indian woman. Yes, Raman or something like that. That's what I'm saying. I think that you are confused with someone else. We're talking about the Bears race. Where Spencer Pratt, like I said, he got a lot of votes with the people that walked in. But you really think that in 80-20 LA, everybody's going to be voting for this fucking Pratt? Yes, Katie Porter is running for governor. Exactly. He's got it confused. And I don't think she's in it anyway. It's the Fox News guy. Yeah, but I'm saying she didn't make that runoff. It's the Fox News guy and that Democrat. They're the ones that made it. So whatever this chick is talking about, it's irrelevant because she's gone. It's like, and people are still like, it's rigged. but she lost. No, that's what I'm saying. That guy Hilton, he used to be a Fox News channel. Yes, Nithya Raymond, Pratt's opponent. Well, Pratt's gone. And like I said, anybody that thought that he was going to win is fucking stupid. That's like, see, they mistake like viral, like, yeah, he's viral, he's popular, he's getting, his hits, his videos get millions of views. Yeah, but those millions of people don't live in LA. You know? Yes, because it is Tennessee. I just told you, it's wide open. There's windows. You can observe. You can go there and observe. A guy was on TV at the place. He said anybody can go down there and say, I want to look. And they'll let you in. So all this shit about fraud is bullshit. And like when Mike Johnson asked Mike Johnson, he goes, oh, this is all so diabolical, you can't prove it. It's like, it's all so deep, dark, and diabolical. There's no way to even prove it happened. That's like, never mind the fact that Trump was president once already and thought that elections were crooked then and had everybody looking for fraud and no one could find anything. Even the people that work for it. That's why they don't work for him anymore, because they told the truth that they didn't find anything. Tennessee says, just saying the Republicans candidate for governor agrees with us. Yes, exactly. The GOP in California put out a statement. They were like, this is how votes are counted in California. They explained the whole process, and they said, no, whatever Trump is saying is bullshit, because it is. Yes, Julia, she says, they only call it rigged when they lose. They want the counting to stop when they're ahead. Otherwise, they think it was unfair. Exactly. I don't know what's going to happen in the midterm because it's not going to be good for them, I don't think. Although, never underestimate the stupidity of this fucking country. There's a significant portion of the population. And to me, it's mind blowing that anyone would still vote for these fucking assholes looking at what they've done. Blue Apollo says, "Well, no, yeah, but it wasn't rigged that way. It was rigged because of how much money they spend on these brainwashing ads. And also, that's a primary. It's easy to especially the Trump cult. The problem with Massey's election really around here was the regular Republicans didn't go out and defend him. A lot of people didn't vote. If you look at the primary counts, it's like between the voter registration and the actual vote. I said before, I think that Massey should file and run as an independent for his seat in November, because Democrats here wouldn't vote for him because no fucking Democrat is going to get elected here. And he could win his seat back and keep fucking, what's his name, Ed Gowron. Send him back to the farm or where he belongs. No one even knows who this guy is. That's the other thing. They were just talking about it. I can't remember what state they were in, but they were saying this guy just moved to that state to run for Congress. Like, they're planting people. Like J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance was from here, but he had left and he didn't live here. He only moved back here to run for Senate. And Trump came and said, vote for this guy. No one knew who he was. Julia says we're allowed to have our votes count too. We're also Americans, for fuck's sake. Yes, but see, that's what I'm saying is they're done with the Constitution. They're done with elections. They are literally that hardcore. You see what they're doing with as soon as the Supreme Court gave them the power they start to eliminate black representation in Congress, or at least attempt to. Blue Paw says JD is a CIA test tube baby. Anyways, yes, he's a bad batch too. Not good. Ibra says, honestly, I live between Berlin and Hamburg. So you live in Germany. Yes, we have a drug problem here, but watching the zombie scene in LA, San Francisco is a different level. Yeah. Plus, I bet you don't have homeless like we do. We got homeless everywhere. You seen it. I mean, you say you seen it. You seen LA, you seen Skid Row, Dude, I was doing comedy and touring around, driving around on the highways all up and down the West Coast, even in Washington and Oregon. On the side of the highway, you could see tents everywhere. I mean, the amount of people who are homeless. And some of them are just camping out on the side of the hill next to the interstate. You could see their tents in the trees. It'd be like, what I'm saying? It'd be like a hill on the side of the highway. It'd be trees. And then you could see that there's tents. Sometimes little groups where, they've started little encampments with. But still, just the sheer amount of people who are homeless. I was blown away by that. And I lived in Vegas, a lot of homeless people there too. But the fact that it's all the way up and down the coast. Ibra says, as someone who works with a lot of addicts, it sickens me. Why no one cares about these poor souls? Yes. Well, America's, like I said, America's a soulless society. That's one of the reasons why this country is collapsing. We've lost our humanity here. Like, we don't have humanity. Everything's a capitalist nightmare, like I said, where they're literally selling you trash. I'm not even making that up. Like, oh, you want some day-old donuts? Day-old bread? Tennessee says cost too much was the reason. Yeah, but we can afford it. Well, it doesn't cost too much. You know how much they're spending in Iran right now? Billions of dollars. Blue Apollo says, even here in Minnesota, I work construction. Across the street, there was 300 tents of homeless smoking crack, doing needles, overdosing all day for like a year. The city just rounded them up and relocated them closer to my house. Yeah, exactly. It's just like here. I told you. There was a downtown. It was kind of bad. It was like run down, right? Right outside of the actual downtown. There's a neighborhood called Over the Rhine. And same thing. There's a lot of prostitutes, drugs, and shit going on. Oh, you're fine, Tennessee. Fuck Ronald Reagan too. What do you think I would be offended by that? Ronald Reagan was the beginning of all this. When they started deregulating shit, they took away the fairness doctrine in the media. Like, that was the beginning of all this. They like I said, they sold weapons to our enemies and used that money to fund underground armies in Central America. And nobody went to jail. Nothing happened. He just said, I don't recall. Julia says, the wealthiest country that's debatable now in the world. We have more and more people becoming homeless. Is a goddamn disgrace. We shouldn't have any people living on the street. Yes. Yes. Anyway, Blue Pile, I didn't finish my story about Over the Rhine. So Over the Rhine sucked, right? So they were like, oh, gonna gentrify it. Right? So they started pouring a bunch of money and like rebuilding. And as they were going down, same thing. They didn't clean up the area or like help the people there. They just pushed them down to Price Hill. So all the crack and all the fucking prostitutes and shit, they just went to the next neighborhood. And there's a guy on the radio here named Billy Cunningham, and he was always saying on the radio, I need to just put him on buses and drive him to drive him to Cleveland or something, drop him off. Blue Palace is right above downtown because my city is on a hill. The ghetto is like 2 streets up from downtown, like 6 streets down from $20 million mansion. Yeah, exactly. Eber says, then spend half of that on these folks. Housing, treatment, facilities, food, social help. It's doable, but I guess they don't fucking care. No, they'd rather have a war. Make money off of it. Like I said, they're spending more than $1 billion a day in Iran right now as we speak. We're in a lot of trouble. I said, Trump is running up the debt like you've never seen before. Like, and people don't seem, it's like people that are living under the credit card, you know, oh, it seems like they're doing well. It's like, yeah, but eventually you got to pay that credit card bill. Or file bankruptcy. But you know what happens when the country files bankruptcy? Tennessee says, yeah, back in the 70s, if you were a disruptive addict acting crazy on the street, a couple large men in nurse outfits showed up and put you into an asylum. Yes, but those places weren't good either. Or they fucking lobotomize you. Blue Apollo says, Israel gets free healthcare. Can we get some of that? Yes, Tennessee, they also get free college. Yes, they get all that stuff. And yet we still send them money. But we can't afford that for us. It's communism. It's straight at communism. Like I said, all the rails are off to capitalism. The roller coaster is going down, you know, like I said, at supersonic speeds now. And it's not going back up. Tennessee says at least it was an attempt at helping. Science just wasn't good. Yeah, but also, like I said, people are sadists and people are attracted to that kind of thing where they can abuse people. Where you know, it's like the people that work in the ICE facilities. How could you work in an ICE facility and watch what they're doing to children and families and live with yourself and feed them slop food, you know? They got them in cages like fucking dogs. You know what I mean? Like, and are you telling me, like I said, ICE bought a warehouse, right? It's not a facility designed to house people. It's a fucking warehouse. So what do you think they're gonna do? They do what they've been doing. If you've seen like alligator Alcatraz or anything else, they just put up a bunch of cages and put them in there like dogs. How could you do that? I mean, what kind of fucking person? That's what I mean about the nutlickers. That these people that are going along with Trump is like, dude, you can't see that you're trashing your own country. In the pursuit of whatever the fuck you're pursuing. Your own power or glory or money or whatever motivates these fucks. Most of them were rich anyway, so it can't be that much about money. Can it? Can people be that greedy? Can you be a billionaire and then be like, I need more and I don't care if I burn down the country to get it? I mean, maybe they are that pathological, but I don't get it. Blue Apollo says, it's insane we foot their healthcare bills so they can buy our weapons. The way the transaction's made, they don't have to pay it back. Can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's not a loan. Yeah, exactly. Dude, they're trying to pass a law where they're going to integrate the militaries of Israel, United States. You ever seen that? This is true. I was talking with Danielle. I don't know if you were watching Blue Apollo, but we were talking, and this is absolutely true. They put that bill on the floor of the Congress and they passed it in the House. I don't think it's passed yet, but it's passed in one house. And it's to integrate the Israeli military and the United States military, right? And then the very next day, they said that Israel spies on us and they're a foreign... they classified them as a foreign threat. And I'm like, how can they fucking be both? And why do you want to join in with these people who they're fucking spying on you? It's like, it's insane. Tennessee says that is a serious question. Absolutely rich assholes want to get richer. Just look at Elon's grudge against Bezos. Yeah. Well, it's also a competition. It's one of capitalism's favorite words. Competition. Julia says private investors are fighting tooth and nail to keep us from having universal health care. We cut out the middleman, we could more than afford caring for everyone. Yeah, or cut out some of these fucking wars, like I said. Ibra says, then you will have a healthy, strong population who may start asking questions. Exactly. No one wants that, apparently. That's why I call this show While It's Still Legal. Because at some point... I don't think it will be. I'll be doing this shit. It'll be like guerrilla radio. I'll have to do it from a different place every night. If I ever got to the point where there was enough people fucking paying attention. I am staking my claim to that though. It's like, hey, I was here first. I'm trying to warn everybody. I've been trying to warn everybody since fucking 2010. But no one was listening. Blue Apollo says, yeah, top things. 3 things that American doesn't want. War with Iran, American citizens being put last, in a relationship with Israel. But fuck us, I guess. Right? Actually, I think that Israel has kind of overplayed their cards, because I saw a thing today, they're at 75% disapproval almost all the way across the world. No one really is approving or giving. What Blue Apollo says, like I say all the time, you don't got to worry, I'll get you out of the camps when I'm a general. I would appreciate that. Be like, hey, man, wait, that guy, he's all right. As long as you get me before the gassing or whatever the fuck they're going to do. I don't even know. Like I said, at this point, I find it hard to believe that a society that a good chunk of it has just tossed off all objective reality. I don't see how that society like that can survive, I don't think that America will collapse. I don't know. I'll tell you something right now. I never thought for 1 minute my entire life growing up. And I even had run-ins with the police, I've always had an adversarial relationship with the authorities, but you know what I mean. You still felt like, hey, I got rights and shit. It's getting to the point where like you're like, do I have rights? They don't seem to give a fuck anymore about your rights. And right now they're doing that to immigrants and not to us. But once they start doing it to them, it's only a matter of time before they do it to us. So I never thought, like I said, ever, that I would even be pondering these kinds of situations in the United States of America. Because I guess they did do a good job of selling you that this is the greatest, most free country in the world, and you're like, yeah, but we got more people locked up in prison. And oh, shut up, it's free. Look at them fireworks, and you're like, oh, drink a beer, and you're like, yeah, I guess we are free, but not really, are we? Blue Power says, yeah, my dad's a First Amendment auditor, and I've seen the corruption firsthand. Yeah. Well, this whole country's corrupt. That's always been the case. Eber says, look, man, when people start to criticize him openly here in Germany, then you know they really messed up. Yes. For sure. Tennessee says they deported a handful of Americans on accident. It's already happening. No, that's what I mean. But they're brown people. I mean, these white people that think that they're safe. They're cheering this on. They think that this is great. They don't realize it. They're next. We're next. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the truth. It's only a matter of time. And like I said, unless you got to buckle up in November, because I said Trump is already losing his mind, and he's already going on and on and on about this election fraud. He's going to try to do something to stop the Democrats from winning the Congress, because he knows if they win the Congress, he's done. I mean, at least his agenda is stopped, frozen. And he won't be able to do anything. Now, will he get impeached? They should impeach him and fucking remove him from office, but they won't. But they can stymie his agenda. Blue Power says, that's good that you guys are speaking out. Yes, everyone around the world should speak out. But that's what I'm saying about Israel. I think that Israel is finally, like, they've overplayed their hand. It's like I said, I saw a thing. It was a poll of countries from all over the world, and they were 75% or higher disapproval. People are sick of what Israel is doing, because people are finally starting to figure out. It's like it's Netanyahu who's stirring up all this shit. Eber says, put all the geopolitical history aside, but killing kids, journalists, fucking raping prisoners, etc. Fuck that. There is a line that they crossed a long time ago. Yes. It's like you're from Germany. It's like the Nietzsche thing. When Nietzsche said, be careful when you fight monsters that you don't become the monster that you were trying to kill, or whatever. I mean, I don't think that's an exact quote, but it's a big paraphrase. That be careful, like I said, that's what's happened to Israel is they turned into the monster. At one time, they were the good guys. Or at least considered themselves to be. I'm sure they still consider themselves to be the good guys, but it's clear that they're not. Tennessee says, I'll push back there. They want the poor mega folks to toil in the mines. It's us in the middle that have a few brain cells that have to be afraid. Well, yeah, but those people will willingly go along. I see what you're saying, though, is that they want to get rid of, the agitators like us. That's why I don't like unions and all that shit. Anyway, that stands up to the corporate way, like Danielle and me were talking about Grant Plattner the other night, and he seemed to take the tack that it maybe has problems, but it's being all blown up and amplified because these centrist Democrats are with the Republicans, really, and they want to get rid of him because he's a progressive. Ibra says, Blue Power, it's a gray zone, but depends where you are in Germany, right? Yeah, but you still have. That's why I say that all the time. Ibra is true. You know that you can walk around Germany enough, and you can find a fucking guy who would say, "Well, everything would be fucked up, and it would only be great if we brought back the Fuhrer." Even after seeing what happened to the country. That's how crazy these right wing fanatics are. They're fucking nuts. It's like they can't put cause and effect together. They can't figure. They're so convinced that they're right that they haven't seen it. That no matter what happens, whenever these people get in charge, they just destroy everything. It's destruction. It's like that seems to be the primary philosophy is to destroy anyone who's not like us. And subjugate the rest, as much as they can. It's like I always say that too about the right wing. It's like, dude, if you really believe in these right wing ideas, then why do you have to fucking soak everything in so much lies and bullshit? Because the truth is, it doesn't work in reality. Some fascist utopian fantasy that they could kill enough people to, to get everybody else to line up. And that's not going to work, It's like, it never has. Like, name a country like that has worked. Or that's still around, that lasted for the long haul. Even severe left-wing communist dictatorships don't last for long. Pol Pot, he didn't make it. I mean, he was there for a while, but it wasn't fucking forever. Because it didn't work. It doesn't work. You can't kill people into submission. No one seemed to figure this out, in the history of the world. There's always going to be people who aren't going to go along, no matter how many people you fucking kill. And after you kill enough, you've been pissed off enough of the others, they're going to fucking smash you. And that's usually what happens. Blue policies, I self-identify as an American nationalist. The GOP is dead. Republicans and conservatives suck. The far left sucks. And moderate lefts are pretty all right, I would say. Well, what do you mean? Anyone who's extreme sucks. I don't even know what that means, Blue Apollo. It's actually an interesting, because I said before, I don't think these systems work, any of them. They're outdated and outmoded. There's no place for them in the modern world. What we need is a new system and a new way of doing things and a new outlook to try something we haven't tried, because all this shit we have tried hasn't fucking worked. Eber says, I just had a fucking junkie telling me to come back to he couldn't tell where. Told him I am Egyptian German, born in Saudi Arabia, lived partly in Spain and Italy. He froze. Right? He's like, which place you going? Flip a coin. It's like Blue Apollo says we can have our debacle about abortion and gay rights, etc. after we figure out our geopolitics. I just want Americans to be put first. Right. But just not the gay ones, right? Or the ones that get abortions. Is that what you're saying? You got a list of people that you ought to go after here. But see, but that's my thing that's what I'm saying about the fascism and shit. Why can't gay people just be gay, bro? Eber is one of the people that J.D. Vance be like, you gotta keep this guy out of your country. He's destroying the Western civilization. Whatever the fuck that means. It's like, that's the new code word, though. The new catchphrase. They all say it now. Western, we gotta get rid of all these brown people because the Western civilization. That's just a way to say fucking white people, bro. It's all code words. They're fucking Nazis. It's like, seriously, Blue Apollo, you didn't answer my question. Like, why you been talking about, oh, we get all the geopolitics straightened out, then we can move on to the gays. And it's like, what do you mean? Why can't they just be gay? This Blue Paw says, to be honest, I don't really care. I'm willing to compromise. If anything, I think we should push them towards the church instead of dehumanizing it. What is that supposed to mean? Well, where they could pray the gay away? Because we all know that doesn't work. And that's what I mean. Like, why human beings have this fascination with controlling other human beings? That's the part I don't get. Why do you give a fuck if a guy wants to suck dicks? Or it's like, what does that have to do with you? It doesn't. Life is hard enough to just get through, you know? And it's like, why can't people just be who they are? There's a short time they're on this fucking planet. It already sucks enough. I mean, unless they're hurting someone else. I'm with you on that. Like I said, to get kids stabbed a guy. Eber says, I'm not even brown. Just messed up, confusing genes. My parents are to blame, I guess. So, Ibra, what is it? Like, your mom's Egyptian, your dad's German, or like, how does that work? Plus, whatever they got in their 23andMe, you know, or whatever. Ken says they blow that shit way out of proportion. No, well, that's what I mean. It's like the trans thing. It's like they act like there's like Blue Paw said. He knows that it's a bullshit story, right? That there's Muslim rape gangs all over the fucking. Laura says, I love to control you. Yeah. Believe me, I do. But, like I said, like they make it sound like, oh, there's Muslim, you know, gang rape gangs on all the corners of fucking England or whatever. And, you know, that's not true. It's the same as the trans people. They act like, oh, a trans person's going to jump out of an alley on you can't even walk around. Blue Apollo says, like I said, I'm not really against it, but some people are and some people aren't. I'm just saying we can't even argue over it because we are under Israel's allegiance. We got bigger fish to fry. That is true. You know, if you could get everybody to drop their petty differences and agree on that, like I said, it's like, remember 9/11? I remember 9/11. Everybody was so nice to each other for about 2 weeks. Everybody was beautiful. Everybody was so nice and polite. There was no fucking road rage. Everybody opened the door for other people. Everybody was wonderful for about 2 weeks. And we went back to being our asshole selves, didn't we? It's like, but they used that opportunity to get us into another war. Tennessee says, that's the problem though, Blue. That's how we got Trump. Everything was going well, so we let the cultural issues fuck everything up with the orange dipshit. Yes, exactly. That's all they have. Blue Paw says, I wasn't born yet. No, like I said, it was a fucking, yeah, Ibra says, mom's half and half. Dad is Egyptian. So she's half Egyptian, half German. And your dad's Egyptian. He's got green eyes, brown hair that he lost. Bad dad genes. I forgot that you're that young, Blue Apollo. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it was an interesting psychological, like I said, thing. It was like everybody banded together, and I said, and everybody was really wonderful and loved each other. And you're like, oh, maybe the world will change. You know, maybe this is. You always think like, oh, this is the thing that's gonna change the world and make it better. And it's like, nah, we're just going back to being dicks. It's like, I did want to read you this line. Oh, I don't know if you know this. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene, remember her? They're all anti-vaxxers, right? Won't take a vaccine, right? But then I saw this story. I thought it was noteworthy. It says, Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to get out of Father Time, telling TMZ that she and fiance Brian Glenn are in Mexico receiving stem cell treatments aimed at fighting aging and promoting long-term health. So she want to take a fucking vaccine, but she take Mexican fucking stem cell treatments to try to stay young. Are you fucking kidding me? These are the fucking dumbest people on earth. I don't think they even fathom or realize how illogical and fucking stupid they really are. Tennessee says, you have your culture, I have mine. Keep your health, promote yours. I don't need the government to tell me that shit. They need to provide life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yes, exactly. They're only there, the government is only there, should only be there to keep us safe and to take care of the people. That's it. That's the purpose of a government. Anything else they're doing is fucking corrupt bullshit. Yeah, but Mexico, bro. He says stem cells are legit. Yeah, but like I said, Mexico. I don't know about Mexico, bro. It's like it'd be one thing if she was like they went to that place where like Kobe Bryant went in Italy or some shit. It's like they're in Mexico. Parking basement, dollar store, stem cells. I'm just pointing out the fact that bitch won't take a vaccine, but she'll fucking do that. It doesn't make any sense. You don't think there's dangers to that, side effects and shit, et cetera, et cetera? And they're always like, oh, I want to put stuff in my body. And you go, look it out of Mexico. They check the cells of a dead fetus into my fucking, directly into my heart. to keep your heart healthy. Tennessee says, oops, bad figure. Muslim, Sikhs, and Hindus were not treated well after 9/11. No, they were not. They were not. Just like the Asians weren't treated well during the COVID. That's what I mean is this country is filled with dicks. You just basically proved the point that I was trying to make. Is that everyone pretended to be nice to each other for like 2 weeks and then we all just turned into dicks again. Savages. Eber says, seriously though, isn't that the beauty of it? I was born in a mixed family, a mixed mentality, and never got racism until I became an adult. It was late for me to download it. Exactly, my friend. My dad used to play basketball, so he would drag me to the park. So from a young age, I was around black people. And you learn it just like us. That's why they want segregation. Because they don't want your kids. I mean, that's why the South didn't want segregation. I mean, desegregation. Because if your kids were able to go to integrated school and they were around black people, then they would see that they're just like everybody else. And and all the things that you're telling them about them are fucking ridiculous bullshit. And it is the beauty of it, Ibra. What you ever seen Bullworth? Probably not, because everybody that watches me is young for some reason. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a movie with Warren Beatty. I'm about to get out of here, but he plays this senator who's going crazy, wants to kill himself. So he hires a hitman to kill himself, or to kill him. So once he does that, he's like unleashed, and he feels free to tell the truth. So he starts telling the truth about everything. He starts going to political rallies and just like destroying the system and telling. He goes to like a black neighborhood. He's like eating fucking chicken out of a bucket. And he's going, until you put down the chicken and the malt liquor, he's like, you're never going to get rid of people like me. And they're all like, what is he doing? What is he saying? Anyway, at the end of that movie, he gives, it's a really good movie, Blue Apollo. You should watch it. Seriously. It's really good. But at the end of the movie, he says, What we need in this country is a long, long protracted program of racial deconstruction. And then he's like, everybody just gotta fuck everybody till we're all the same color. It's gonna take a while. But it's 100% true. I'm gonna get out of here. But before I do, I want to read this one little paragraph from the nuclear deal that Trump pulled out of. Because, Trump always says that, Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. He says over and over, Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Well, in the agreement that he tore up, it says, Iran reaffirms that under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons, states the agreement's preamble, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. And he tore it up. You just watched the movie The Green Book. I think my girlfriend was watching that movie. Weren't you, babe? It sounds familiar. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Listen, if you just stumbled upon this show today and you've never seen me before, I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Except for this Saturday, I'll be on at like 4 because me and Laura are going to the Lion King. But if you haven't done so, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. If you'd like to send me a private message, it's Bruce Leonard Leans Left at Outlook.com. I appreciate each and every one of you that hang out here, and I'm just trying to help us get through this as much as we can. Blue Paw says, we were literally watching them not enriched to nuclear level and he ripped it up. Right, exactly. One of the dumbest things ever. I see Jimmy popped in at the last second. It's good to see you, sir. Anyway, yes, Ibra, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. Like I said, once again, I'm here Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live, United States. Go out tonight. There's no ball game till tomorrow, so I don't know what to tell you what to do, but thank you guys for hanging out. I said again, like the channel, subscribe to the show. Thank you very much. Good night. Standing there bathing my light until that day I'll be my eyes shut tight. I do not want to pick a fight. I feel more at night.